Hey everyone, it's Trisha from Pittsfield, New Hampshire. Just a reminder, my placement is at an agency called Create that's inside of kind of a faux castle. Um, and I do individual therapy with children and adults, and I can do family therapy as well. Though the one client family that I had for that kind of fell through, they stopped coming. One of the other clinicians, one of the other interns, was seeing the daughter individually and found out that they're moving back to the state that they came from in December. So there's not a lot of work to be done with them for right now, and they haven't showed up anyway. So there's that. It's been kind of a crazy week and a half because last week was really busy, and this week is a really short week because of Thanksgiving. I hope you all have a very happy Thanksgiving, by the way. And so basically, I had two clients on Tuesday yesterday. I have my internship on Tuesdays and Fridays, so I only have them on Tuesdays this week, which meant that a couple of my regular Friday clients are going to need to wait 2 weeks. I tried to reschedule them for Tuesday because I had a lot of availability, but a lot of them didn't want to come or didn't want to like change stuff like that up, so that was fine. I guess what I really wanted to talk about today is dealing with people with kind of difficult diagnoses. I have been working with this one woman, and I guess difficult diagnoses, and then grappling kind of with your personal feelings versus what's going on within the therapy session. And again, this is kind of an example of one specific client that I have that I presented in group supervision and kind of again here with you guys. So what I wanted to kind of ask about, so here's a little bit of her background. She's my age, so she's 26. And she is engaged to a gentleman who is also the father of her 5-year-old daughter. And on her first session, she came in saying that she didn't really know if she wanted to be engaged. She's in what she calls an open relationship that comes with rules, which is they have to tell the other person. They can't have any kind of relationship in their own home, and they can't. The other person can't be married. And she's broken all of those rules with a coworker who is married. They've had relations in their home, and her fiance is unaware of this relationship that's kind of started, and it's gone back and forth and back and forth and on and off. And she has a really hard time kind of rationalizing that. I think she really struggles with her self-image and her own personality. She's really worried about leaving her fiance because it would disappoint other people, is what she was saying. I'm not sure how accurate that is. But overall, all of her symptoms really kind of point to borderline personality disorder, which I know it's fascinating, but it can be really exhausting when you're working with that kind of diagnosis. And I have a couple of clients in my regular job where I'm a behaviorist that have borderline personality disorder, and that, they can be impossible sometimes. And so we kind of are going over what her abilities were and what her tools and what her skills are. And she really doesn't have a lot. She does a lot of manipulation. She does a lot of it's not quite threatening, but it's right up there. So it's really interesting. And then I have another client who he came in saying that he had borderline personality disorder. And I can guarantee it was very clear. But the thing is, and I was talking to my supervisor about it, about asking, like, if I was to change the female client's diagnosis, what would that mean for our relationship, and what would that mean for her? Because being saddled with borderline personality disorder, I think, is a really heavy thing, and I don't know how well she would take it. And I think from what I hear from working with people with borderline personality disorder, they'll fire you. The second that they get challenged, they'll back away because they don't want to do that. They'll try and get you on their side and try to get you to fight for them. And she really shows a lot of the classic signs. So I guess my question for everybody is kind of a two-parter. A, how would you handle giving that diagnosis to someone? Like, how would your conversation go? And B, have you guys worked with anyone with really difficult, challenging, kind of manipulative diagnoses? like borderline personality disorder. So I am all out of time. So again, I hope you all have a really wonderful Thanksgiving, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thanks. Bye-bye.